Forward bends can be wonderfully relaxing and make you feel pleasantly introspective. However, they can also strain or injure your back, especially if the backs of your legs are tight, so practice with caution. I use a series of twists to make sure that the spine is sufficiently limber before I come into a forward bend. With this, I'm practicing a twist at Soothes, which is the easy twist. I use the exhalation to twist the upper body around the lower half of the body, and the inhalation to draw up through the upper body, and then twisting with the exhalation. As in all cases, we make sure that both sides of the body are equally worked. And we can use the skin of the knuckles of the right hand to leverage the upper body around the lower half of the body. As we press the fingertips of the left hand into the sticky mat, and to further leverage the upper body around the lower half of the body. So we move on to the forward bend, Paschimottanasana. This pose stretches the back of your body and compresses the intestine in your lower belly. It is a wonderful pose to stimulate bowel function, relieving bloating, constipation and reflux. And it creates space for all the organs to flow and function. Gravity and sitting for long periods can cause your torso to compress, which slows down circulation. So with the heels of the feet drawn forwards towards the front two corners of the sticky mat, lift the fingertips up towards the ceiling and keep the back as flat as you possibly can. So with the inhalation we draw the fingertips up, with the exhalation we extend forward, we hinge forward from the top of the groins towards the toes. So we take hold of the big toe joints with our middle finger and peace finger. Then when we're ready, with the exhalation we can draw the elbows out to the side. And with each inhalation we lift and lengthen the torso just up slightly. And with each exhalation we release a little more fully into the forward bend. In this way your torso oscillates and lengthens almost imperceptibly with the breath. Eventually, you may be able to extend your arms out beyond your feet on the floor. But the most important part of this pose is to make sure that the spine is as flat as possible. So we stay in the pose anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes. And to come up, first we lift the torso away from the thighs and straighten the elbows again if they're bent. And keeping the hands on the thigh to allow the effects of the pose to be absorbed and assimilated at the level of the body, at the level of the mind. Before we move into our next forward bend. So we come into Paschimottanasana, the forward bend once again. See how the fingertips lift up towards the ceiling with the inhalation, and then with the exhalation, keeping the sternum lifted, the spine flat. Drawing the elbows out to the side. As we slowly begin to compress the abdominal organs. So when you're ready to go further, make sure you refrain from forcefully pulling yourself into the forward bend, whether your hands are on your feet or holding the strap. always lengthen your front torso into the pose, keeping your head raised. Your lower belly should touch your thighs first, and then your upper belly, then your ribs and your head last. We wait with the hands on the thighs to allow the effects of the pose to be absorbed. We bring the sole of the left foot to the inner edge of the right thigh, and the same principles apply to Janushirsasana as in our earlier forward bend, as much as with the inhalation we lift the fingertips up towards the ceiling, then exhalation we hinge forward from the top of the grinds. Stay in the pose for 6 cycles of breath before we come on to the other side. And we work the heel of the left foot forward. We turn the upper body so the upper body turns towards the left leg, so that the left knee, front knee, the left knee is in line with the center of the nipple band. With each exhalation, release a little more fully into the forward fold. And eventually you may be able to stretch your arms out beyond your feet on the floor. And when you're ready, you can draw the fingertips all the way back up. Exhale, arms to the sides of the body. And allow the effects of the pose to be digested and assimilated at the level of the body and the mind. If you'd like to find out more at one of our workshops and masterclasses, please visit our events page, or you can pick up a copy of the Mind Body Cleanse book on the shop page of this website.